Hello everyone! In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to manually calibrate your temperature for your filament. What is manual calibration and why would you want to do it? If you already know this, feel free to skip ahead, I'll post a timestamp. But to those who don't, manual calibration is the process of tuning your filament settings through a series of prints that allows you to make better, more beautiful, and more functional parts. Alright, let's get started. I'll head over here and create a new project. This project is blank, but we'll fix that soon. First, let's choose our printer. I'm going to be using my Bambu Lab A1 with the 0.4mm nozzle, and my bed type will be the Cool Plate Super Tack. For the filament profile, if you're using filament from some random company, try to find the generic option. Go to Add Remove Filament, scroll to the right, and you'll eventually see the generic section. I'm going to be tuning some Sunlu PLA, and although they have a Sunlu profile, I'll use generic PLA so you can follow along. Alright, we're now ready to begin our temperature test. Let's head over here to Calibration and choose Temperature. Here, there's a wide variety of materials you can choose from, but I'm just going to choose PLA. You can put in the start temperature and end temperature, and this may be different depending on your manufacturer, but I'll just keep these settings for the generic PLA. Let's click OK. I'll just discard these old settings. Alright, and here we have our temperature tower. Let's slice this plate. Alright, right now I have my color scheme in temperature mode. Of course, it's usually at line type, but we can just go to temperature. I covered all of this in more detail in my Orca slicer setup tutorial. You can see down here at the bottom that this layer or this section of the model has the highest temperature at 230 degrees Celsius. The temperature test tests your overhangs, which are places where the 3D printer is almost printing straight horizontal lines. It tests how precise you're printing through this text and through the cone, and the cone, you'll see when it actually prints, that'll have some stringing on it. You want to find the layer that has the best quality. Let's click Print. Alright, the temperature test is done. Let's check our results. Starting at the top of the range. At 190 degrees Celsius, we can see the text didn't print all that well, and there's fine wisps all over the cone. Let's go to the bottom then. At the bottom, we have less of a problem with wisps and the text, but instead, the overhang, which is this drooping area right here, did not print that well. So then, let's try something from the middle. In the middle here, we have 210, 215, and 220. Let's look and see which one looks the best. At 220, we can see small problems with the cone, and at 210, some more wisps on the cone, along with errors in the text and a slight droop. However, 215 seems to have printed that overhang almost perfectly. The cone also looks really nice. Now that we know that 215 is our selected temperature, we'll input it into our slicer into a new filament profile. Alright, we finished our temperature test and we're ready to edit our filament preset. Click over here and click Edit Preset. When you scroll down in the Filament tab, you'll see the print temperature. We want to set our other layers to the temperature that we found, which for me was 215 degrees Celsius. For the first layer, however, take your other layers and increase it by 5 degrees Celsius. This will help with good adhesion. Now we can save this as a new filament preset. Click over here, and I'll name it Sunlu PLA Plus for video. Alright, and I'll just write CLB for calibrated. Now, I'll keep mine as a user preset, but you can also select preset inside project if you just want it inside a specific project. User preset allows you to access it in any project you create. Click OK. Alright, we're now done. Let's click X. To choose your filament and use it in your project, go to your drop-down menu and select it. Alright, you're now done calibrating your temperature for your filament. In the next few videos, I'll be showing you how to calibrate flow rate, pressure advance, and retraction, along with more. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those videos, and drop a like if you enjoyed this content and want more. See you next time.